Hello everyone, welcome back to an Outlying Wisdom, where we talk all things Jesus and we share little wisdoms that the Lord has been sharing with me and I get to share with you as well. As you guys have seen on the two previous videos that I've done, we're currently looking at daydreaming and some of the reasons why I believe that daydreaming is detrimental, right? We've done two videos already, and one of the first reasons, please do go watch the first two videos. It will make more sense, right? The first thing we looked at is reasons why I believe that daydreaming is detrimental and it's affecting you from pursuing your purpose. The first reason was that it steals your time. Secondly is that it leads to unhealthy comparisons, right? So if you want to know more, please watch the previous videos. However, we're back and we're going to look at the third reason I believe that daydreaming is detrimental to literally every aspect of who you are. And I'm focusing on maladaptive, so an extreme version of daydreaming, right? And the third reason would be you can't achieve actual goals. Listen, when I tell you I had goals at school, I had goals as a person, but I never truly achieved those goals. You know why? I was busy in my head thinking that I already achieved that goal in my head. So I'll make an example, right? You're like, man, I want to be an A student. Like, I want to get straight A's on a pass and all that. In reality, you don't listen to your teachers in class. You don't go to teachers to ask questions. You don't do anything physically that could help you achieve that. So you set the goals. You say you're going to get 80s. You say you want to go to the gym more. You say you want to work on your appearance more or whatever it is that you want to do. But what ends up happening is you write down the goals, but it only stays up here. So in your head, you have the perfect body. In your head, you get the straight A's already. In your head, you're doing all the things that should be done physically. You're doing it up here. And that's the problem with daydreaming. Excessive daydreaming. You're speaking to somebody who did that for a long time. Man, it can keep you in a cycle of writing down goals. You can have like a piece of paper, you can have a poster, you can print out like posters with goals on them, but you never truly achieve them if you're not making actual physical like movement towards it. It will always remain a goal on a piece of paper. And that's the problem with daydreaming. You create this perfect world in your mind. Like imagine right now, right? Let's say you just close your eyes, right? Let's say you dream of like traveling. So what do? You go on YouTube, you search up all the travel channels, you look at people in Italy, in Greece, and in I don't know, in the Maldives, and you're dreaming, you're like, So you take that idea and those videos, you put it up here in your mind, and you see yourself in those places with those people, and your mind tells you that you've actually traveled. Because all you've done is exhaust yourself in your mind. You've taken all the videos online. You've taken every information you can. You created a world in your mind that makes you feel like you've actually done the thing. Meanwhile, you've done nothing physically. And that's why a lot of people die with goals that they've never achieved. Because all they've done, they spent all their time exhausting themselves here. You're exhausted, you're worn out, you're drained because everything's here. You never really make the steps towards saving up for the traveling, or saving up for the visa, or saving up for, I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do. You don't really make or make the changes or take the time to really look within yourself. Like, what can I do differently that will help me get to these goals? No, it stays in your head. Because it feels safe in your head, or because it feels like if I actually did do it, what if I fail? So your mind lets you believe the reality that you created here. And having been there myself, I understand. I'm not speaking from a space of being inexperienced, or I'm just picking these things from random places. I'm speaking from experience. There are a lot of goals that I haven't achieved, all due to the fact that I had excessive amounts of daydreaming and excessive days where I would rather stay at home and create a world or feed my world in my head than actually going out and doing what I needed to do. And that escape can feel good temporarily. It did make me feel good to know that no matter what I faced, I could come home and my head felt safe for me, But it affected me because I never became that woman in my head. I never became her because she wasn't real. She wasn't. The goals were real, but the woman I created in my head was perfect. And reality is, I'm not perfect. And when you wait for things to be perfect, or you wait for things to look like how it looks in your head, you'll never get there. You'll never get there. I mean, look at me. Listen, I've had my YouTube channel since 2022, and inconsistency has been a huge thing for me. Also, fear of what people think of me, people pleasing. I've been afraid. I didn't want people to know that I even have a YouTube channel because I'm like, they'll probably judge me. And so here I am sitting with like 19 subscribers since 2022. It's not because I suck at YouTube, and I'm sure it will get better, but it's just, I'm also not doing my part in a sense that of looking up ways to be a better YouTuber, or looking up ways to make my content look better, or finding editing softwares or apps, So I'm not doing my part. I can't expect to just wake up and like, oh, here you have 1,000 subscribers. Dude, we don't even have a schedule for your videos, So I'm saying this from experience. Like, the things and goals that I've had, I didn't achieve those goals because I kept them in my head. And to be honest, success was a huge thing that I feared a lot, because I felt as though if I succeed at something, I have to be consistent. And what if I fail at the consistency? And so it just stayed in my head. Whereas, yes, you will fail. There are times where you won't be consistent. There are times where you tell yourself, I must post a video every Tuesday, and maybe you don't do it. It doesn't mean you should give up. Post it on Wednesday, So these are things that I'm speaking from experience, and it's held me back from seeing the blessings that God had for me in regards to this channel. And it's not the end, of course. I still have chances, or I have a chance. Not chances, guys, because you can't play with God's grace. Please don't. Don't play with God's grace and mercy. Please don't. Please don't. And, when God gives you a talent, it's not just for you. When he gives you a talent or a gift, you're supposed to be a good steward of it, And to be honest with you, I'm still maturing into my gift. I'm not the most perfect person. No, I'm learning. I'm learning. And I'm also on my journey of healing as well. So, things are not always going to play out the way you think they're going to. It's important to have consistency, but it's also important to realize that it's great to work on your gift. It's great to work on the YouTube channel and everything, but you also need to leave yourself at the altar for the Lord to heal you. Jesus needs to do a work in your heart, because then what happens is these things become idols. And for me, my podcast and YouTube channel were idols for a long time, because I found identity in that. I felt like I could finally feel like someone. I'm good at something, but I'm maturing, and I know this channel will grow in the name of Jesus. I know it will, and I will do my best with the things that God's going to do and the things that God's already doing in my life. This channel will get better because it's supposed to bring him honor, but I also have my part to play. So essentially what I'm saying is that daydreaming can bring you into a space of thinking that God owes you something. Meanwhile, he's giving you all the tools for you to achieve the things physically. Don't become an entitled Christian when you're not doing your part. Those goals can only be achieved when you get out of your head and you actually do it. Achieve the goals. Don't let them stay in your head.